And in this particular instance, one call from Saeed, and there was no question of not saying yes. Firstly, it's not often that I get to see him, so that was that. He's a traveler. He lives in two different parts of the country, and so this was one of great opportunity. Also, it's been a while since I've had occasion, and this is my personal selfish reason, I've had occasion to sit with him and discuss several things. I know a few of these things that he has written about because he has been sharing with me. In fact, one particular, I knew I was looking forward to it, and when this invitation came, there was no question. This is an easy read because it's written very fluently, but it's also a somewhat, I won't say disturbing, but definitely a thoughtful read. It makes you think about a lot of things. It's about memory. Nostalgia, Saeed, it's a bit about nostalgia, I must say, that you are in your romantic phase also here. But it's also about loss. So these are some of the overall themes that have come through, but essentially these are small pieces about, quite honestly, I have a feeling that many of us sitting here and elsewhere have been thinking about too. About what the country used to be, what the world used to be, will we go from here? At this moment in India's history, in world history also, there are many disturbing things. This is not a prognosis. It's certainly not a dissection or an analysis. It's one person's view, but the way it is done, where Saeed talks about everything, about his childhood, about growing up, about getting involved in seeing world issues around him. These are issues that I may say we all grew up with, a lot of people grew up with, and for a newer readership will. But it's a personal view. And Saeed, that was my first question. That's a personal view. You've written about everything from the building you grew up in, Fonseca Mansion, which I understand
Is it on? You know, it sounds eclectic perhaps. Excuse me, sorry. Smartphone, I don't like smartphones. Always smart. I want to see on smart. No, it looks eclectic, but it was a way of कहते हैं ख्यालों को समेटना. I never was localized. I was always an internationalist in my soul. The way I was brought up. So therefore, I tried to see things both locally and internationally simultaneously. And the point is, how do you do it? How can you construct a novel? Sorry, I will take that word. Construct a book that can contain the international and the local, and in that give it some kind of a coherence. It's a deeply political book, but backed by, I think, moments of lyricism, moments of a sense of loss. But by and large, the overarching idea is political. Now that was the attempt in this book. How far I've achieved it, I'm not so sure. I never am sure. But to me, these are constructs of mine. I can see myself like, I don't write a book. They're installations in my mind. And then I put them together, and I hope, like hell, they become linear to my reader, so that they can somehow hold on to it, follow it. Because that's the way I see things. Because that's the only way I can come to terms with the world as I try to decode it. This is the only construct that I can use in terms of literature. That's the way I've functioned. So I hope I've answered your question.
No, there's no one answer to it, because we want
of hope.
There's a chapter called Hope at the end.
It has the audacity of hope, because it has, in these times of hate, where hate is the flavor of the times we live in, and is a marketable commodity. It's so life-affirming to find a compassionate voice erupting from these pages, and that too from a filmmaker who made movies of anger. And in fact, I was telling Aziz, कि Aziz यार ये फिल्में ऐसी बनाता था जिसकी इतनी intimate, warm, compassionate जो एक आवाज है, why couldn't that surface in his movies? And I think it reminds me of a saying, there was a Jewish rabbi who said something when I was young and stupid, I used to be dazzled by eloquence. But as I gone older, the only thing that touches me is human kindness. I think what is unique about this book, that even when you tear the opponent to shreds, you have the ability to reflect. You have the ability to look at your wants and you question whether you have rubbed them the wrong way or you have been overtly critical when they should perhaps be applauded. So I think this is a very unique book, and as I entered, I said, this is a very good book. Alim Bakshi Sahab used to say, कि भैया किताब अगर दोस्त की है तो अच्छी है, दुश्मन की तो बहुत बुरी है. तुम दोस्त तो अच्छी है ही. मगर this is an extraordinary book because it has the audacity of hope, and it looks unflinchingly at the reality. It doesn't. It reminds me of Saeed Saab's song, वो सुबह कभी तो आएगी, उसका एक मुखड़ा था जो इस्तेमाल नहीं हुआ था, जो हमने हमारी फिल्म बेगम जान में इस्तेमाल किया था, कि वो सुबह हम ही से आएगी. वो सुबह कभी तो आएगी नहीं, वो सुबह हम ही से आएगी. So here we are at this moment saying, we will bring that dawn which has, because we can't allow people to wrench away the soul of India by anyone. And let us not confuse, no matter what mandate a political party gets, the nation is not the government. The nation's soul is much bigger than any government. This is what resonates in every page of this book, and that is why I think this book is an extraordinary book. This is an extraordinary book.